All right, well, we're outside in the 9 News backyard, and we know fall, calendar fall is around the corner, although we already had meteorological fall. I will throw that out there. But, you know, we still have some of these plants getting a bit tired. You know, it's toward the end of their season. How should we be treating these plants? What should we be knowing right now?
Well, right now is a great time to plant.
Oh, okay.
Believe it or not, we always think spring, but fall is a wonderful time because we have these warm days, but cool nights. Plants can get their roots out and settled in, and we have fabulous fall color to choose from.
Beautiful fall color in front of us. So if you said this is a great time to start planting, which is good for me to know because I actually have a couple of some tulip bulbs that I need to plant at home. But what we have in front of these, in front of us right now, what should we know if we're going to start planting right now, doing some fall time planting?
Well, if your pots have some tired plants in them, you know, they've got disease, they've had some insect problems, hail, whatever. I mean, this is a wonderful time. And some of the stars that we have are mums, of course. That's a very traditional fall plant. But pansies and violas, which are just the smaller versions of the pansies, are really kind of the stars. They will bloom all fall into the winter, past some light frost, and then off and on when we get warm spells, and then they come back in the spring again if they get watered a little bit through the winter. And you can put bulbs in between.
That's what I have.
You have bulbs.
So I gotta listen.
Plant some of these bulbs in between, like where you plant the pansies, and then you have this beautiful two-tiered ongoing spring show. But it's also a great time for things like perennials because this, like I said, the weather is perfect. So sedums are kind of beautiful right now, these big autumn joys. And asters are another typical fall plant. We have echinaceas and some coral bells.
I do like those.
Lots of fallish colors. And even little plants like the ice plants and like the little sedum that's in here and the ornamental cabbage and kale. All those will take the cool fall weather and continue as we go on.
All right, we have ornamental cabbage and kale and even some ornamental peppers
Ornamental peppers,
These are beautiful. And all of these beautiful colors, I want this all around me all the time. How do we treat these plants any differently than if we were planting in the spring? Do we need to treat them any differently? Especially, we haven't had a frost yet.
Right.
So how do we proceed?
Well, yeah, basically you would treat it like you would be planting at any other time of the year. If you're planting in the ground, you want to dig the ground up, add a little peat moss to it. But no compost if you're doing pansies because they're a little sensitive to some of the things that happen with compost. But the other things, and then plant them in, water them well, and then just let them shine through the fall. So really it's kind of the same. And if we're doing containers, you can mix and match some of these beautiful things. Add some pansies in there, some ornamental plants. Most of them will take even light frosts, but if we start to get those light frosts, you're gonna want to protect the mums because it'll knock all the blooms off. The ornamental peppers, again, they're a little more sensitive, but things like pansies, all the perennials are really quite hardy and will take those frosts and will have color sometimes until late November or early December.
And really quickly, I know sometimes, you know, as a meteorologist, we'll have things like frost advisories, and we say protect your plants, cover your plants. What does that mean? How do you protect the plants that are especially sensitive to frost?
Well, in this case, we can pick up the container and bring it really close to our front door, under a porch, but you can buy frost blankets or just putting something over them, whether it's a weed fabric or particular, you know, shade cloth, something that comes over the plant. You don't want it to touch the tops because if it will sometimes frost hard enough that it will go through. So maybe a little stick or something to elevate it just a little, get a little air underneath there.
Oh, fantastic.
And this is all stuff you can do yourself, or you can call a landscape contractor and have them come and refresh your pots or your landscape.
Sounds perfect. And if you're interested in any of this or maybe need a little refresher course, we will have this posted for you at 9news.com.